If we fell out, who gon' be there, who gon' ride for you? If I fall off, would you still be my dog? I knew it's all conditional, I'm knowing you don't know me. Forgot my wishes, shit, I'm chillin', I'm lonely. If we fell out, who gon' be there, who gon' ride for you? If I fall off, would you still be my dog? I knew.
I know. Babyface. How I look. I know some of y'all like have only ever seen me with the beard. You know what I mean? Or like a little scruffle, but never the baby face. And the only reason I cut it off was because I wanted my beard thicker. Like my beard, it was already like long, but I wanted it like thicker. It felt like it was kind of like too skinny. I wanted like thicker, and I wanted like more hair under here. That's why I did it. So that's why I cut off my hair. I didn't want to cut off my hair, but that's what I did. Luckily, my hair grows fast. But yeah, how I look. And then I cut my hair, so I definitely like look young as hell. Like, if y'all don't know how old I am, how old do I look right now? And my skin is like, looks great. My skin is so great right now. I like my skin. My skin looks really, it's like in person my skin is nice, but off camera it looks so nice. On camera it looks so nice. But you got snacks, Cuddle Buddy, and Adidas. Oh, this Mr. Nightmare video and the next one are going to scare the hell out of me, because now I'm able to do noise cancellation through my MacBook with the AirPod Pros. I can't hear nothing right now, so I'm about to hear every little thing that Mr. Nightmare puts in, and it's about to be like enhanced. So here we go. Oh, these I'm sure of it. These two videos, these two Mr. Nightmare reactions are going to be uploaded today on Thanksgiving. So, happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. And comment your favorite dish on Thanksgiving in the comment section below. Mine is banana pudding. Banana pudding all the way. You weird if you eating chitlins or pig's feet. Get the hell off. Like, that's nasty. You nasty, Mo. But, sup? Go. See what I'm saying? Like, the noise cancellation just makes it worse.
Lately, I've been trying to bring back some older video topics I used to do a long time ago, besides just the true story videos. For example, the paranormal video compilations and Craigslist ad series, which you guys seem to like. A long time ago, I did a couple videos for an unsolved mystery series that I stopped for whatever reason, but I'm gonna try to turn it into a recurring series again if you guys enjoy it. Some of the content has been used before in a video deleted many years ago, kind of like some of the Craigslist ad videos, because I just rather the content not be wasted on deleted videos for those of you who hadn't seen them. And also, before getting into the topic of today's video, I want to quickly talk about one of the more ambitious games of 2020, Raid Shadow Legends.
Okay.
Raid has everything you'd expect from an RPG and more, starting with a good storyline, surprisingly impressive mobile graphics, player versus player battles, intense boss fights, and literally hundreds of unique champions to unlock, customize, and battle with. You can choose between the many game modes, including campaign, which is good to help you unlock currencies and new champions, which will help you unlock 10 dungeons in the dungeon game mode. So what's new and coming soon? You can now conveniently craft artifacts directly in the new Artifact Forge, as well as a new advanced quest system with new rewards, exciting new champions, and the new Doom Tower that's under development as we speak. If you sign up with the link in the description, you'll get a free champion, 100,000 silver, 1 energy refill, and 3 ancient shards, which you can use to summon rare and exclusive champions. For example, the Masked Fearmonger, which is currently my favorite.
Alright, thank you. Jesus.
Number 6. The crew of the Sarah Joe. The Sarah Joe was a 17-foot motorboat that at the time 20-something-year-old Robert Mulakany acquired in the 1970s. He named it after his mom Sarah and dad Joe. The boat took 5 strong, healthy young men out to sea 40 years ago, and it wasn't until more than a decade later that their boat was found on the shores of one of the smallest of the Marshall Islands. But the men were not with the boat. Oddly enough, there was a shallow grave that contained the bones of one of the fishermen, but no other clues or signs of life. To make their disappearance stranger, oceanographers estimated that it would have only taken the boat about 3 months to drift onto the island, which means the boat, grave, or remaining crew should have been there when a government survey of the island took place in 1983, but they weren't. So we may never actually know what happened to the Sarah Joe and her crew for the 4 years between the disappearance and the survey of the island. Number 5. The missing lighthouse keepers. There was once an isolated island off the coast of Scotland where 3 lighthouse keepers lived and were responsible for keeping the building intact. One day when their monthly supply ship dropped in, the island was silent. No response from the lighthouse keepers.
You gotta pay me an arm and a leg, a lifetime supply of Adidas, right? All of the Chipotle Mexican grill food for free for a lifetime, right? The latest and greatest iPhones and anything Apple, right? And oh no, just whatever I want. I don't know. To be a lighthouse keeper. Lighthouses are literally in the middle of nowhere. It's like a hot spot for cluckness. No, thank you. And it's so white, it's white. You know how much white stands out? No. You will literally have to give me anything I want, regardless of how ridiculous it is. To be a lighthouse keeper. Come on.
Eventually, the captain and some crew members went to investigate and found the suspiciously empty lighthouse. 2 of the 3 waterproof coats were missing from their hangars, and the kitchen was left in a state as if people left in a hurry. The lighthouse log only added one mystery to the situation. The log described how one of the keepers wouldn't talk, and the other continuously cried for hours. All of this pain and fear seemed to be coming from what was referred to as a powerful storm looming in the distance. However, this begs the question, why were they so scared of a simple storm? They should have been safe in the brand new lighthouse, right? The log goes on to talk about how they all sat close together and prayed for the storm to be over. The final log states the storm has passed, the skies are calm, and God is over all. Their bodies were never found, and the cause of their deaths are still a mystery to this day.
Look at that. Look at that. In the middle of nowhere. If a big ass wave hits, it's wraps. It's over. I don't know why I wore this thing. I have nothing under this whatsoever. It's just my skin and this. This thing is really itchy. I don't know why I wore this without like nothing. Oh my God. Okay, I don't really know how lighthouses work. I don't even know what the purpose is of a lighthouse. But how would anybody feel safe? I feel like the only reason somebody will feel safe in a lighthouse, especially if it's on something like this in the middle of nowhere, is if it has like a basement, right? And that basement is like guaranteed, like it's like indestructible. Because I feel like any wave, any tsunami, anything, hurricane, twister, badass thunderstorm. Like, if something was to hit that, it'll be raps. Unless, like, the lighthouse, underneath that lighthouse, like this one in particular, unless, what is that, a rock? I don't know what that is. Unless what's underneath that lighthouse has, like, some of the top security in the world and protection in the world, you're clucked.
The most accepted theory is that they somehow got swept out to sea during the storm, never to be seen again. But one final detail remains, one that scared the captain and his crew to the bone. The powerful storm described in the log didn't exist. There were no storms reported in the area. In fact, the skies were calm all day. Number 4. The death of Chris Kremers and Lizanne Froon. Both girls went on a study abroad trip to Panama, where they went missing on a hike. After several weeks, some of their remains were found miles up the river from where they began their hike, along with a backpack that contained their belongings. The creepy part of it is that a camera in their backpack started out with pictures that they took of each other hiking, and then suddenly goes into over 100 pictures of what appeared to be nighttime pictures of rocks near a riverbed, the back of someone's head, and just pure blackness. The dark pictures appeared to be taken many days after they went missing. There's a lot of theories as to why they went missing, what finally ended their lives, and why they were taking pictures, but there's no solid answer. According to their cell phone use records, they had been alive in the forest for days after they got lost, trying to get a signal from their phones to call emergency help. Number 3. The death of Kendrick Johnson. Kendrick Johnson was found rolled up in wrestling mats in Lowndes High School, and his death was ruled an accident. The official story is that he was reaching into the rolled-up wrestling mats to get his shoe and got stuck and died. An initial autopsy concluded that the death was accidental.
Whoa, what do you mean? It's a cluck school. Shit. As far as like the schools I've attended, right, I'm out of school. Well out of school. But, like, as far as, like, the schools I've attended, and including, like, daycares and stuff, there's always been some sort of, like, just like a random teacher will walk in the halls, or like a janitor, or like somebody just like randomly, you know what I mean, just around. You telling me nobody saw this motherfucker? I find that really hard to believe, especially in an open gym like this. I felt like somebody was either sus, or in cahoots, or all three. Because how do you miss a whole body? Even like the way Mr. Nightmare described his body and what he was doing in the position that he was in. I'm sure, come on. How do you miss something like that?
And Johnson's family wasn't happy with that, so they had an independent autopsy performed. This second autopsy showed that he died from blunt force trauma, and there's actually blood in many of the crime scene photos. People believe the conspiracy between the school and police is keeping a lot of information from the family. Video footage from the gym during the time of his death is missing, which makes this mystery all the more unsettling. Number 2, the disappearance of Amy Lynn Bradley. Amy was an American citizen who went missing during a Caribbean cruise on the Royal Caribbean Rhapsody of the Seas. On the morning of March 24th, 1998, Amy had been drinking in the dance club with the ship's band Blue Orchid. One of the band's members, Alistair Douglas, known as Yellow, said he parted with Amy at about 1 a.m. Sometime between 5:15 and 5:30, Amy's father Ron saw her asleep on the deck. When he got up at 6 a.m., she was no longer there. There were possible sightings of Amy in Curacao in 1998 and 1999. 2 Canadian tourists reported seeing a woman resembling Amy on the beach in 1998. The woman's tattoos were allegedly identical to Amy's. A member of the Navy said he saw Amy in a brothel in 1999, and he claimed she told him that her name was Amy Bradley and that she begged him for help. There was another potential sighting in 2005, when the witness claimed she was seen in a department store restroom in Barbados. Amy's mother and father appeared on an episode of Dr. Phil. An image of a young woman resembling Amy that was emailed to her parents was shown on the show, and it suggests that she may have been sold into sex slavery. And number one, the disappearance of Kenny Veach. Kenny Veach was a well-experienced hiker in Nevada who found a cave he described as the M Cave, as it was opened in the shape of an M. He claimed he heard very unusual noises from the cave and found it suspicious, as it was located 6 miles south of a top-secret airbase.
That's funny. That's funny. It was located 6 miles out. Ha ha! That's hilarious. The situation is not funny, but the fact that he said it was 6 miles out, that's funny.
As he began to enter the cave, he claimed his whole body began to vibrate. The more he went into the cave, the worse the vibrating became. He said he suddenly became very afraid and hightailed it out of there. He recorded another trip to find the cave again and catch it on video, but this video ended up being a bust. He later went back to where he found the cave again and has not been seen since. His phone was found in an abandoned mine entrance, but no body or evidence that he had gone down into the mine. He posted this video about...
Okay, so not only does he had the cluck gene, but he's also a dumbass. And I mean that with the utmost respect. Because it's like, this is all your fault. You know what I mean? Like, you said, Mr. Nightmare, that, first time he saw the cave, he went down there, his body was vibrating, which, if your whole body is vibrating, that's clucked in itself. And then you said he went to go down there a second time to record. And then you know what I mean, you had some technical difficulties. That's another huge red flag. Now this mother clucker missing. So you telling me that when you went down the cave, that when your body started vibrating, you didn't think nothing weird was going on? Your everything on you is vibrating. That's not weird to you?
He posted this video about the cave a few days before he went missing.
And I'm looking for a cave that I found, and I didn't have a sidearm when I was here before, and something about that cave just spooked me. Out of all the caves I've ever gone in, this one just made my body vibrate. The closer I got to it, the crazier my body felt, and I was like, all right, I'm not gonna go in there right now, but I'm coming back someday. And I talked to some people on YouTube, and I told them, hey, I'm coming out here, because they kind of called my hand on it. So I don't know if there's going to be anything to it, but it might be interesting. If I can find it, I got to relocate it, and this is a big mountain range I'm in, and I'm on foot. My truck's way out there. There's no roads, there's no trails. It's a pretty rough terrain. So hopefully I'll find it. It's shaped like a big M. It's a big cave that looks just like a gigantic M.
I think it's safe to say that most, if not all of these videos, everybody has something in common, and they all had the cluck gene. Every last one of them. Yeah. Because I'm never putting I'm never putting myself in a situation where I'm going to end up clucked and or missing In either way, regardless of the situation, I'm going to have my Adidas. I don't know what version, but I'm going to have my Adidas and be 6 miles out before anything even remotely comes close to me getting clucked up. And that's crazy. Now I kind of want to think about, like, the people that be missing. Like, you think they like, look back and be like, well, maybe I shouldn't, you know what I mean, have gone down that tunnel or down that cave, excuse me, a third time. Or maybe, you know what I mean, I shouldn't have gone on that cruise. There was a whole guy staring at me when I was getting my ticket. You know what I mean? When I was waiting in line. There were red flags, but I noticed, like, there were red flags, like, there were very noticeable red flags in all of these videos. And for the most part, they could have prevented themselves from getting clocked up and or coming up missing. I think one of the worst, God forbid this happens, but I think one of the worst things that I would I wouldn't want happen to me if I went missing is, like, one day, like, I'm good, and then, like, the next day I wake up on an island or whatever by myself. That would be crazy. God forbid that happens, but that would be crazy. Like, I don't even know what I would do. I think if you were to wake up randomly on an island by yourself or with, like, a couple of people that you don't know, never met before, I think your natural human instincts will come in. I don't know what those are. I mean, I think we do it on a regular basis without even thinking about it. But, like, I don't know. Like, your natural survival instincts and stuff like that. I don't know. But I've never been in a situation where I have been in a situation where I came up missing. I was a kid. I was with my family. And I was at Six Flags. And it started off great. Like, we got into the park. Right. It was already, like, kind of late. But we got into the park. And somehow I lost my family. Or I lost whoever. I don't know exactly who I was with, but I lost whoever I was with. And either the Adidas blood kicked in, or the power of Adidas within a 6 mile radius noticed that I was, in need of some serious help. Because the next thing I know, I thought of was, oh shit, I'm lost. Let me just go to the front of Six Flags where the entrance is and just wait for them. Now, I don't know if I waited for them the whole time or the employees there was like, your son, blah, 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 is up here in the front. Or, I don't know if I gave the person, I don't really know what happened. I ended up lost. And then I ended up just waiting in the front entrance of Six Flags. But, yeah. That was the only time I can recall that I ended up lost. Fun fact, not fun fact, but another fact. My grandmother a couple of years ago lost my baby sister out in public. I don't know how that happened. I still don't know how that happened. But thank God, you know what I mean, they got reunited again, because there's some dangerous people out here that just be snatching up kids. And thank God nobody snatched up my sister, because I would go crazy. But yeah, let me know in the comment section what y'all would do if y'all, like, one day you just woke up on an island by yourself. Or like somebody else, but you don't know who that person is. Let me know that in the comment section below. Keep it cool, keep it classy. I love you. Stay happy, my family.